So guys, I'm here at Angiollo's in Northford, Connecticut, and they invited me to do a food video. So, I'm really excited to try their wood-fired pizza out, and I saw some really great things online. And, what I want to do is like a 3-course meal, which is something that I came up with, So I ordered just like one of the appetizers. They have meatballs on the menu. And then I'm going to order a meat lover's pizza, and then I'm going to order some of their desserts. They have cookies and cannolis. So, I'm kind of happy, like, first of all, that they have different options, because there's many pizza places like Sally's or Pepe's that some of their locations, like the ones in Worcester Square, they don't have many dessert options. And they started putting dessert options, I believe, like, not that far long ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, where there's some pizza places that implement that all the time. And then also, too, I'm really happy that the owner here reached out to me and liked my content. And I'm going to do my trip around America next Saturday, so this may be the last video that I do before then because I'm really busy right now. But, I'm happy to try this out, and let's go exploring together. So I ordered the meatball appetizer because, with a restaurant, especially a lot of Italian and pizza restaurants, how good the meatballs are tells you how good the restaurant is. And what I like about this here is that, first of all, I love the color of the meatballs. It has like a nice light red, so it looks like it's professionally made. And I also like the presentation as well. So, and this came out pretty quickly. So I like the, like how you see like scoops of ricotta, and then you also have the meatballs. So it's not like kind of like thrown on there without any thought. And I also like the little piece of basil, I believe. And that's good because a lot of like pizza restaurants have food that's like warm colors, red, yellow, orange, and it just gets kind of boring just to not see anything like outside those colors. So it's good to have a little bit of color right there. And I also appreciate them having a bowl. I usually see plates for meatballs. It's good because that way you can scoop up the sauce as you eat it. And then the next thing that I would say is that I appreciate the size of the meatballs. It's definitely something that you would have to cut in half and have 1 or 2 bites, but I don't think this is too much food for an appetizer, because I've been in restaurants where the appetizers feel like main courses. So I'm just happy with this. I really enjoy the meatball. Probably one of the best I've ever had. So I like the plating, because also when you eat it forces you to scoop up the tomato sauce, so it's not really wasted. It kind of has a stuffing type like texture, which I do enjoy. I do like ricotta as an option for a meatball, because I've seen like some restaurants where they put mozzarella on top of the meatballs, and then it kind of looks like you're trying to do a mix between like mozzarella stick and meatball. It's too cheesy and messy. But I like how as you eat it, it doesn't fall apart and get messy or anything like that. So I'm very happy with this. And then I'm already on my second meatball. And I don't feel like, this is going to ruin my appetite for the pizza that I'm going to get. Between the pizzas that I was debating, I'm going to do the meat lover's pizza. I'm probably going to do like the Big Ang pizza another day. Maybe I'll come back next week if I have time during my schedule. But I also like the pizza options that they have. Like some things that kind of stand out is the fresh tomato and pistachio pesto, fresh sliced tomato, mozzarella, and pistachio pesto. There's also the Robin, which is bacon, egg, and mozzarella. Never had that on a pizza before. The Big Ang pizza, which is ground beef, American cheese, lettuce, pickles, onions, and Thousand Island dressing. There's also the buffalo chicken, white pie, mozzarella, choice of roasted chicken or chicken cutlet, choice of ranch or blue cheese dressing. So, I really like the different options. And I think like what I like here is that the meatballs and the appetizer automatically has some really great presentation. So I think like when I decide to be adventurous and order other things that I wouldn't usually get, I know that I feel like the quality is definitely going to be there. Because sometimes with some restaurants, like you look at something like Pizza Heaven in New Haven, which I don't like because they were really good at one point and they dropped in quality. Sometimes people just throw things together and call it something inventive on the menu or something kind of creative on the menu. But you gotta make sure that when you go to a pizza place and you're trying something that you never really tried before, that their execution is really, really good, and you kind of base that off the other things that they do. And if they do those things well, then you may be like, okay, if I spend this time trying something that I don't want to get, that I don't usually get, then you're fine. The presentation of it as well, and then also this is a small pizza, so I like that it looks like a small pizza. It's not something that again feels like way too much. So I'm going to tell you guys how this is. I really enjoy this. This is good. The breading is nice, really soft. There's a good char on the bottom. The bacon is thick cut, and that's a good thing because it shows that it has quality. The pepperoni is thin. Usually, in like gourmet pizza, you'd want like a thicker pepperoni because it shows that it's not like the cheap ones you'd get from Empire Pizza or More Than Pizza or Pizza Heaven. As I'm eating this, I don't feel too full. Like I know I didn't have breakfast this morning. When you work all night, you don't have the best eating schedule. But I'm happy that I don't feel like super full or anything like that. And sometimes that's a quality of good restaurants, or that you're eating something healthy, that it's not like McDonald's where it fills you up super, super quickly. And I also like this because, it's something that Eli's on Whitney. One thing I don't like about Eli's on Whitney or Pizza El Forno or some other places is that I don't like how they have pizzas in display cases, because then you usually know that it's been sitting around for a while, where this actually feels like, everything that they do, comes from being made in the kitchen, not just sitting out for a couple of hours and then just reheating. So I'm happy with the quality. I would say this is definitely in my A minus tier. I definitely think that the quality is definitely there. Maybe there's something, maybe my taste buds or something like that doesn't say, okay, this is automatically legendary to me. But I'm very happy with this. I'm almost done here. I'm not sure if I'm going to get dessert here because I'm getting kind of full and I don't want to make myself sick just by having too much food. But I think my final thoughts would be this, that they really care about quality. They've not been open for a year. And I appreciate people who are passionate. When I think about Angiollo's, I really think that the appetizers, from what I have, is really, really great. I think the presentation that is very, very strong here. And I also just like the colors of the food. I really think that for it to be transcendent, I really have to make this the place where I try the buffalo chicken pizza and a cheeseburger pizza that's not crappy like EST, and bar pizza. So that's going to be my deciding factor to see if it's going to be in my transcendent pizza tier.